Less than 1% are able to step outside the system and all the conditioning and all the social programming to actually wrap their mind around and comprehend. You only use your conscious mind 3 to 5% of your entire life, if that. So what does that mean? 95% of your life, probably more, is ran by your subconscious mind, which creates your belief system, which creates all your programs, which creates the perception of the world that you live in. For example, if I show you a photo or a painting, your eyes don't tell you if it's beautiful or ugly, your perception does. Therefore, you're not you. You're a perception of you and how you've been programmed. I'll tell you who you are. You tell me if I'm right or wrong. Who you are is how you were raised, and through the information that you've gathered, which builds your intellect, so everything you know from A to Z. Then you have your memory and all your experiences that only you've gone through, good and bad. You put your intellect and your memory together, it creates the ego, your name, your race, your faith, all your titles and labels, the way you view yourself and the world, good or bad. And then every day you look in the mirror about this far away, and on a subconscious level, you're 100% programmed that you're you. Well, if I'd have took you at 2 and put you in India and you were raised Hinduism, you'd be a completely different cat from A to Z. Therefore, you're not you. You're a product of the system. System's designed to keep you in a box, a very small box, designed to keep you underwater, designed to make you feel broken, designed to divide everybody, designed to keep us living externally. And the reason why there is an establishment, a system, because it's 100% designed to keep you from tapping into what you truly are. So 95% of your life, probably more, is run by your subconscious mind, which creates the programs, which creates the perception of the world that you live in. Well, what don't they teach us about the subconscious mind? They don't want us to understand this type of knowledge. The subconscious mind cannot tell the difference at all between the internal reality, the imagination, or the external reality. I'll give you a couple examples. You go to sleep at night, you have a dream. Not only mentally, but every fiber, every tissue in the body on a cellular level believes the dream's 100% real, until you wake up consciously and shake it off. It's the subconscious mind. A more powerful example, 25 years and above in male, one of the leading cause of deaths, suicide. Suicide is caused by depression. What don't they ever teach us about depression? Depression is because you're living in the future or the past with the imagination. That's why depression is actually so lethal. It's not only mentally, it's every fiber, every tissue in the body on a cellular level. You're actually creating it yourself through your perception. You don't even realize it because they don't teach us that our external reality is an inside game. And then you've been brought up in an educational system that says quit imagining and pay attention. So you've actually been socially programmed your entire life. You've been indoctrinated to live externally because it's fully designed that way. You see the world through you, not the opposite. Right? And just real quick, I'll actually kind of break down how and why it actually happens as far as the internal reality creating the external reality. You didn't come from your mom. You came through your mom like a doorway. And then when you die, it's another doorway. Well, now you have a body like a coat, right? But you've been programmed that you're the coat. You're not the coat, not even a little bit. And plus the system tells you what the coat is. The system tells you what beautiful is, tells you what ugly is, tells you what success is, tells you what you're supposed to look like. So not only are you not the coat, plus you're told what the coat is, right? Well, if you break your body, your coat, down to the smallest molecule, you're going to get atoms, trillions of atoms, then you're going to get protons, neutrons, electrons. Eventually you get a frequency called consciousness. Well, the soil, the ocean, the trees, the plants, the mountains, this building, your clothes, your shoes, break it down to the smallest molecule, atoms, pure energy, pure consciousness. So on a subatomic level, everything's one. It's the only thing really that science, physics, and religion agree on. Everything's one on a subatomic level. If there was nothing and God created everything, everything's God. If you didn't exist at all, you was nothing, and God created you, who are you?
Yeah.
Right? You're the essence of the divine right now in a shell of a body having a physical experience. That's why as far as the society, the system, they don't mind you reading books all day. They just don't want you tapping in. Your thoughts is a frequency. The words you speak is a frequency. Your self-talk is a frequency. Your emotion is a frequency. Your focus is a frequency. Your attention, right? Your attention is a frequency. So it's like gravity. You might not understand it, but it works perfect for you 24/7. Every thought, every word you speak, your self-talk, your emotions, your focus, your attention is actually creating and manipulating the external world around you. Everything's one on a subatomic level. But as far as a society, think about it. Imagine if we were all raised that we're all one and we're all divine and we actually all create from within. So they do the opposite. They flood us with so much information, knowledge designed to what? Confuse us and to divide us through race, religion, politics, and gender. Therefore, we're so divided amongst each other, we're easily controlled, divide and conquer. And then the big one that really goes unnoticed, they teach us that knowledge is power and power is knowledge. So no matter how small or how big, when it, think about it, when it comes to relationships, self-love, finances, money, healthy body, healthy mind, your dreams, right?
Mm-hmm.
What does everybody do no matter what? Everybody searches externally. So I'll give you an example. So close your eyes. Go to your bedroom back home at your house. Just go into your bedroom and with the imagination, just make the bed made perfect. You can see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now say your full name, but say your full name from within where only you can hear it. You could actually yell it from within. You can hear it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one more. Now imagine yourself as a child. Go back to the mind state when the imagination was limitless, where you could actually walk into your bedroom and you could turn that bedroom into whatever you would want with the imagination. You actually believe that it was 100% real. Go back to that mind state as that child. And with your emotions, just feel your entire body full of self-love like a child back in the day. If you focus, you could feel it. If you really focus, you could really feel it, but you get the point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you just spoke without using your mouth. That's not your mouth or your brain. You just heard without using your ears, not your ears or your brain. You just seen without using your eyes, not your eyes or your brain. You just felt emotion, 100% off the brain. You know what
Yeah.
you know what that is?
That's inner.
That's God, baby. That's the soul. So the way it works is if you speak it from within, and when you speak it, you hear it. And when you hear it, you see it. And when you see it, you feel it like it's real. The subconscious mind thinks it's 100% real. The subconscious mind manipulates your external reality, creates the perception. Knowing that everything's one on a subatomic level, no one can argue that. Everything's one on a subatomic level. Knowing that everything's a belief system. That's why the placebo drug has worked on every sickness, illness, disease in the world, because everything's a belief system from the inside out. You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
That's how you create from within. So that's always your number one. That's number one no matter what. I always tell people, I speak to a lot of people that are struggling. I always say, look, you need to make your inner rituals more important than your family. And they're like, whoa, that's kind of heavy. And I say, well, think about what you can do for your family and think about the example you can be for your family if you get to that person that you're trying to create. So how you believe that you're you, right, on a subconscious level. You look in the mirror, you never question. You're 100%, every fiber, every tissue in the body, you are you, right?
Mm-hmm.
How you've been programmed. So go find someone who's super religious, like a Christian that believes in God. They have a testimony where anything could happen in their external reality and it would not waver their testimony towards God, right? Well, imagine getting to the point where you burn the subconscious mind so deep from tapping inwardly where that same testimony that you have towards God, now you have that same testimony towards the divine in you. Where when you look in the mirror, you no longer see you. When you see other people, you don't see people on a subconscious level. It's like, how do you have a testimony that's unshakable towards God, but not a testimony towards the divine in you? That don't even make sense. If you can get to the point where you actually believe what you are, not of the external, the internal, you can actually start to believe it just a little bit on a subconscious level where you actually start to manipulate the subconscious mind as far as the belief system. You would know. You want me to tell you how? You would drop everything you're doing at once and you go after the most biggest, most magnificent dream you could even wrap your mind around. And you leave the biggest footprint on mankind before they leave you to rest. Because when you realize what you really are, you realize you're not you at all, not even a little bit. There's nothing you about you. You're a complete product of the system. I always tell people, really don't matter where you're from and what you believe because you've been raised by the system.
Mm-hmm. And this kind of keeps running through my mind. It's like, how often do you feel like you lower your vibration to help somebody understand?
Well, the thing is that's impossible because the most powerful thing you can do is put truth into others. Mm. I mean, you want to raise your vibration, go dedicate your life to service to others.
I think that's where it's at, man.
Oh, no, 100%. You actually are living that lifestyle. You see what I mean? What money can't put a price on that.
Exactly.
Not even a little bit. And you know, and you tapping into a higher power that I don't care who you are, you cannot comprehend it. And when you start tapping into that, you know, you're gonna be used as an instrument. I always tell people I'm just the messenger.